It is my honor to explore with you one of the writings from the Kitab-i-Aqdas from Baha'u'llah himself. And the passage goes like this: "This is not a cause which may be made a plaything for your idle fancies, nor is it a field for the foolish and faint of heart. By God, this is the arena of insight and detachment, of vision and upliftment, where none may spur on their chargers, save the valiant horseman of the merciful, who has severed all attachment to the world of being. These truly are they, that render God victorious on earth, and are the dawning places of his sovereign might amidst mankind." So we have a warning, a description, and a condition. So in the beginning, he's describing this word of caution, that it is not a cause to be made a plaything for your idle fancies, nor is it a field for the foolish and faint of heart. And in this way, he's reminding us to protect it and to enter it with strength. Now we get to the description. So the description is a beautiful analogy he's using with the image of an arena. By God, this is the arena of insight and detachment, of vision and upliftment. So if we take each one of these for a moment, I'd like to speak to you about them. The very first one is insight. So the cause of God is a world of insight, in which we partake of the insights of the prophets, the insights of the people who came after the prophet to share with us their visions and understandings, such as Abdu'l-Baha and the Guardian and the Hands of the Cause, various authors that share with us their beautiful insights. It is also inviting us to partake of our own insights. And I invite you to spend some time in your discussions around what this word actually means, because insights are very different from knowledge, very different from normal thinking. I've heard it described recently as we build up a kind of constellation of many different thoughts about a particular idea. In this case, we might have a whole group of writings relating to love or relating to healing. And then if you think of them as like stars all interconnected, and then there's a moment when they collapse. And when they collapse, they then reform in a new configuration, and you have what's called an aha moment. And these aha moments rarely occur in isolation. They usually occur in a kind of immersion into a subject and a sort of a deep exploration of many aspects of something, and then you have this flash of insight. So these are very valued in the cause of God, and he literally starts with this particular word as being very significant, a significant description of what the cause of God is. The second is detachment. And we'll get into this a little bit more in the next statement. But detachment is a central part of the Baha'i faith, and it has to do with many different aspects. Purity of heart, the clarity of our minds, so that we're not distracted by or pulled in directions that prevent us from participating in the cause of God itself. So one of the most high, or one could say deep teachings, is in the hidden words where Baha'u'llah says, "Die in me, that I may live in thee." And in this case, it's a choice to participate in the life of the Spirit and detach from this lesser life, what he calls material or the physical sovereignty, mortal sovereignty. You'll see how this plays out in the next sentence. But moving on, vision. This is one that is so significant because the cause of God provides a vision for the health of the human race. It provides vision of how we move forward. It provides visions related to our purpose. The ultimate goal of the faith, the establishment of the communities of praise all over the earth. It provides so many aspects. Also, it's an invitation for us, if we were going to participate in this arena, that we become people of vision, and we're willing and able to share this vision, express it, communicate to our friends and the people we share with real knowledge related to this area, where we're able to say things like, in the past things looked like this, today it looks like this, but we believe we're moving towards this. And we have this broad picture, a good understanding of history, a good understanding of the function and value of being visionaries. As I was preparing and thinking about this passage, it occurred to me that the many manifestations of upliftment that are in the cause of God are just astounding. So, first of all, we have the prophets themselves and this long history of the beautiful revelations. But we have their lives to uplift us. And their love directly. And then we have their writings. And then we have the examples of their lives and the lives of their disciples. And then we have the life of Abdu'l-Baha, which was specifically expressed by him to be this example and uplift us. Well, and then we also have the guardian who uplifted the structures of the cause of God and how the administrative order would play out, as well as his many translations. So we have this great example of upliftment in the central figures of the faith, but we also have the example of the many disciples who sacrificed themselves rather than deny the truth of this revelation. And it is just astounding how potent this aspect of the Baha'i faith is. So coming more forward, we had the appointment of the Hands of the Cause of God, who were beautiful, bright stars in this area of upliftment. And some of us had the benefit of being taught directly by them. It was my privilege to be uplifted really directly by three of them, Mr. Sears and Mr. Kadem and Rahia Khanum. And so this is a very central part of the life of the Baha'i faith, that it be an arena of upliftment. Okay, so moving on, those are the four main qualities, main aspects of what the cause of God, what this arena is. Then he says, where none may spur on their chargers, save the valiant horsemen of the merciful. So this image of the valiant horsemen of the merciful who move on these great steeds, what a glorious image. And then that we direct this aspect, that we spur on our chargers. It's just a glorious image. Here's the condition: who have severed all attachment to the world of being. These truly are they that render God victorious on earth and are the dawning places of his sovereign might amidst mankind. I invite you to deepen on this particular aspect of his statement where he says, severed all attachment to the world of being. There are very deep levels of meaning to this statement, obviously. And I can tell you in my own life, I've pondered on this particular aspect of this passage quite a bit. And I invite you to see that this condition of being severed from all attachment enables one to participate in the world of the Spirit, to participate in the world of the Creator, to align not with the world of being, but with the world of God, or in the classical language, aligning with the kingdom of God itself, as opposed to the world of being. And as we participate in that inner world and stabilize our identity, we are then able to participate in the cause of God with this kind of purity that he highly regards. So in the light of that, I want to direct your attention to another statement, a writing that points to this condition of purity and how glorious this is. Baha'u'llah writes, when the channel of the human soul is cleansed of all worldly and impeding attachments, it will unfailingly perceive the breath of the beloved across immeasurable distances, and will, led by its perfume, attain and enter the city of certitude. Therein he will discern the wonders of his ancient wisdom and will perceive all the hidden teachings from the rustling leaves of the tree which flourisheth in that city. These truly are they that render God victorious on earth and are the dawning places of his sovereign might amidst mankind. This glorious, glorious passage is one of my favorites because it so clearly defines what this cause is, that we should be engaged in a kind of protection of it, and that we are responsible for embodying those four aspects in our lives and giving voice to them, giving energy to them, activating these in our lives, with the understanding that we are the horsemen of the merciful moving in this world. And as we move through the world, we become, as he states, the beings that render God victorious, that help humanity replace the idols and the distractions of their hearts and minds with this beautiful participation in God and his teachings, that we help them fulfill the purpose of their life, and that people get a chance to experience through us this might of the divine, the sovereign might, that we allow this great strength to be manifested in us, a strength of the Spirit, a strength of the cause of God itself. and participate in all four of those areas with great enthusiasm and humility and strength, and that we participate in the great examples of how this was played out before us, and that we step into that arena ourselves and play out this beautiful attribute of uplifting ourselves first, and then uplifting our fellow men. So I hope that's been a little window in how we can see such a pearl of Baha'u'llah's writings and unpack some of its meanings. And I invite you to go deeper in your discussions around this particular passage. Thank you.